Thanks for checking out another one of these fun Recap the Adlers. This is the Recap the Adler Europa edition. Garret Comat's here outside of my office recording this before I start a drive to watch pro wrestling tonight. Chris in the middle of Michigan in Grand Ledge. John Ben in Delaware. Basically the same energetic butch you heard earlier in the week on Hey Eintracht Frankfurt podcast, but in video form. Long hair and the opposite of that. Jens, how are you today?
Pretty good. And enjoying the victory, you know?
Hell yeah. Chris, what about you, man?
You know, the build up to this one, the day went so slow trying to get there. And then from the minute it kicked off, it was just an incredibly intense atmosphere. And the match from beginning to end was just full of memorable moments.
Yeah. Eintracht Frankfurt traveling to Turkey, taking on Beşiktaş. Beşiktaş, who had played on Monday in league form, they had a rougher week one Europa than Eintracht Frankfurt, losing 4-0 at Ajax, as we talked about. 4-4-2 shape by the looks of it from us. Koa Santos in goal. I'm trying to remember the whole lineup off the top of my head. It was Christensen, Koch, Teja, and Kuku. Goetze back in the lineup. Trying to remember the midfield.
Larson, Dahoud, and Abimbe, and then up front, Matanovic and Marmoush.
Little questionable moment potentially early on. Was there a foul in a goal scoring opportunity? Denial of a goal scoring opportunity, but it was ruled. Was there a defender nearby? Turned out offside, spared shortly after. Deserved penalty. Omar Marmoush, right down the middle, makes the keeper go the wrong way. Dina shortly after, 2-0 at the half. But that wasn't the highlights, guys, in that first half, was it? Was it just the emergence? How do you say it in Brazilian Portuguese? The emergence of Koa Santos is like, yeah, he good.
That was an incredible performance from him. What a save on Immobile's pen. Oh my gosh. Dude saved
Honestly, I think we knew he was good, because we saw enough of that over the last couple starts he had that, like, he wasn't just serviceable, he was good. But to do it on the stage he did today, the first time he's going into a truly hostile atmosphere, that showed a lot of guts right from the start. I think he had to be locked in, just so early, because he thought he was going to be facing a penalty in that first 10 minutes. And then, so he's already locked in at that point. Not that he wasn't at the start, but when you get in the mindset of you're about to be one-on-one in a penalty situation, that kind of gets you locked in even more than you were before. And I've been in that position. That's kind of a tough one to be in that early when things are still warming up. But I'm glad they took their time and got that call right, because how many times have we seen a ticky-tack situation? I mean, yes, there was contact, and yes, if the contact was enough, it should have been a card. But to go back and look at it and make sure it was right, and not just take the penalty away, but also call the correct offsides call, just a half boot too large or a half size boot too large.
Barely.
I'll take that. So Santos with a couple, not just the penalty save, big couple saves, 2-0 at half. Second half, basically, I want to say defending, but just doing enough with the lead, keeping sort of a foot on the gas, not completely sitting back at that moment. Ansgar Kanov comes on, one of the subs. I think we're calling that outside of the foot, maybe a toe poke. Either way,
kind of combination.
Yeah,
outside toe poke.
3-0 to the Adler. Unfortunate Beşiktaş pull went in off a weird bounce at the end, but 3-1 final. So let's do a brief little ranking game here, gents, from your favorite thing to your least favorite thing. Outfielders' attacking performance. Koa Santos wearing the orange in Istanbul, and Dino Topmoller's turtleneck.
I'm gonna put the turtleneck at the bottom. Then I'll put the attackers play. Then I'll put the orange. And of course, Santos has to go first. What the dude saved our ass that entire game. So many good opportunities for Beşiktaş, and he just came up big. you know what? Giving up that one at the end, it is what it is. That it took a nasty bounce and just went up and in, but whatever. That he made us win that game, honestly.
What about you, Chris?
I'm a fan of the orange. I would have generally put it up higher in the rankings until we see Dino walk out with the turtleneck on. That is a classic look. I've got a couple in the closet.
Oh yeah.
If this is going to be a thing, turtlenecks in Europe, I'll be on board next week, 2 weeks.
No, I got it.
I know you got them.
I know.
I mean, I bet you got a couple Christmas vacation Dickies in your closet somewhere too. But
I'm a chinos guy if I'm not wearing jeans, or twills. So it already works out well on that.
For a while we've been known to have the managers with the best style in the Bundesliga. It's just kind of been a thing for a while. But no, I'll go with the oranges, the Dino look. What was the other one?
Attacking performance by the outfielders and Koa Santos.
Obviously Santos number one, but regarding the attacking players, I got a little bit of an issue with the offense. It's great that we scored 3 goals, but we only held possession 34%, and we only had 5 shots on target, 11 overall. That's not enough for me. I know we played with a lead most of the way, and the idea generally get more conservative, but for me, it was too much. We got too conservative too frequently. And without that Knauf goal to give a little insurance, I'm a little concerned of what could have happened.
Yep. I'm going outfield attacking performance bottom. Which one am I going for between second and third? I'm going, the orange kits pop. The orange kits look great. Especially on a European night like that. I felt like we slammed Dino so much last year, deservedly, and not seeming like his confidence. He's developing a little bit of confidence, swagger in himself, and to go out rocking a turtleneck like that on an Istanbul night. All right. You're getting the vibes. He's getting into that mode. So I wouldn't say 3 and 2. I'll call it more 2.75. Orange kit 2 and 2/4, 2 and 2/4. The turtleneck.
Don't do that.
And then Koa Santos. I think deservedly or not, he's had questions these last 2 matches. And maybe he's been put in tough spots by his team. But the man is the reason, I think, why we left Istanbul with 3 points tonight. How does this get you guys, real quick, and then we'll get on our way, how does this get you guys feeling for Sunday morning, 11:30 Eastern, Bayern Munich coming to the Waldstadion?
Well, I'll say, given how much we sat back a little bit in that second half, I sure hope these guys are rested up for Sunday.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, we're going to have to be a little more on the attack. Obviously, that's tough to do against Bayern because their offense is entirely possession-based, and they killed us on the counter the last couple seasons. So it doesn't change my prediction at all, but it gives me confidence that these guys are playing confident. And more than anything else, to have Santos get a game like that where he's, living large right now, like that's the guy more than anyone else. We need confidence going into Bayern. And in addition to the way he played, saving shots, I thought he looked composed behind traffic. There was a lot of traffic in front of him, even when shots were being blocked or deflected out of the goal, out of the direction of the goal. He was still in the right position. He was seeing the ball well. He was directing traffic. Really looked like a veteran guy out there.
Yeah. Also, I think with Bayern Munich, another thing too, Bayern Munich had a setback in the English Midlands yesterday, losing Aston Villa like it's 1982 all over again, 1-0. Martinez apparently with a great goalkeeping performance. I'm not sure if it's goalkeeping or shithousery. Both, probably.
All of the above.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how what's their headspace coming into the Waldstadion, a place that sometimes has been a house of horrors for them, and hopefully it continues with that. So I think that's going to be all about it on there. We got fun places to go. I got to go to Ohio, but it's for pro wrestling, thankfully. So I get to leave it and come back before Chris and ours Tigers get to take over Cleveland on Saturday and Monday. So yeah. ways you can check out this. Be sure to like and subscribe the Hey Eintracht Frankfurt podcast YouTube channel and these videos. The more subscribers we get, the more we get to start doing some of these things live, as well as access there. Hefpod.com for all past episodes, ways you can reach out to different Frankfurt groups, the map. Chris on Twitter, Peloton at C and the D313. What's your Instagram again?
Chris N. Monroe.
And John, where can people find you on the socials?
Twitter, it's Ben_JBen, and on Instagram at JohnBen33.
Be sure of also to check out the Hey Eintracht Frankfurt Discord if you love friendly amounts of banter, especially the back and forth of anything, or us Detroit sickos when we have a Lions Monday night. You can find me Twitter, Instagram, Discord at GM Comats. I will spare all of the other side content shindigs for the sake of this video. And yeah, I have no idea for Eintracht Frankfurt Detroit this Sunday. Just watch it with those near and dear to you. So for John in Delaware, Chris in the middle of Michigan, and Garrett here in Detroit, thank you for checking out another edition of Recap the Adler Europa. Final score: Beşiktaş 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 3. Forza SKA. Let's fucking go. Good day.